Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. My name is Joe and this is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. We're going to continue on with Blue Belt here. By the end of today, we will have in over 2,000 throws on the Blue Belt level. So at tomorrow's Level Up session, we're going to go through at some time during that program. We're going to go through and we're going to review all 2,000 throws, and we're going to see how we're doing with the access, the types of numbers that we're throwing, and trying to see what kind of patterns are developing. Good morning, Chris. So let's get started here. Just so you know, I hopefully will have the KPI roll tracker working better today. I went through and I reinstalled KPI and I actually upgraded to the new version of it. So we have 3.2.5 right now. And I also had to go through and manually enter in all of my throws for yesterday into Bone Tracker. So everything should be all set. Everything should be working properly again. And let's get going. So this is the first throw for the day. Dice split apart a little bit, but we have a 1, 3, 4 Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. So we're going to start the day off with a 4. And that's an explosion of that left die. So let's see if that works today. And that seems to be working. So re-uploading the program did help. Good morning, SJ. So roll number 2. And let's get some good rolls today. Yesterday was our big red day. We have, seems like one of those a week where every other number is that bad number. So let's see if we can get away from that today. Dice split apart again, but we have a 4-1-5. 4-1-5, horse and buggy. And I have fat fingers, so it didn't enter in right, but we got it right now, so that's good. So I'm going to wait for a couple more people to jump on here. And I got one video that really stood out to me last night that I want to review really quick. We'll wait for a couple more people to jump on here. We have a 4-5-9, center field 9. It seems like some days I have a ton of people watching and showing up. Some days I have very few, and I cannot figure out a pattern for that. And we have a 1-6-7 out. So that was a warm-up roll, guys. And that was 4 rolls for that one. So, new shooter. That one felt really good coming out. We have a 4-4 hard 8 square pair. So let's see if we can replicate that throughout the day here. Energy level felt good. The height felt good. Good morning, Mike. The grip felt good. Posture, I need to pay a little bit more attention to again. And if you look at my logo, that's the 4 things that surround that logo. Everything that has to do with dice shooting has to do with one of those 4 entries around that logo. And the left die, or the right die crossed and kicked out, but we have a 6-6 boxcars. Midnight. It is definitely March of 2023, Mike. In fact, March 2nd of 2023. And we have a 3-5-8. That left die kicked out from the back wall a little bit. Oh, that did roll. That was a 3-5. And the KPI is working correctly today. That's good. I spent about an hour and a half this morning updating the KPI, getting it to work on the OBS again, manually entering in the results on Bone Tracker. 6-6-12, midnight again. It seems like I'm going to pockets lately. It's either midnights or aces. I don't do both, but that seems to be midnights today. We'll see if we can change that around a little bit. And that left die kicked out, and we have a 4-3-7 out. So 2 short rolls. That's a double pitch on that one. And that was a come out. No, that was, yes, that was a come out. That's still a come out. So that did not reset the shooter. I should watch that roll tracker a little bit more, a little bit closer. I know on the table it's so much easier when you're in the casino to know if you're hitting points or not because you're watching the puck. When I'm practicing here, I don't use the puck as much. 2-1-3 shocker. This would be a pass line loser. That didn't feel comfortable, so set them back down, get back into the grip. First one I wasn't on the fingertips. The second time the dice split apart a little bit. And we have a 3-2-5. Our new point will be 5. So last night, there was a few craps videos that went out. Jeff and Alfredo started their new crapsy sessions. But the one video that really stood out to me last night was actually by Chris from Dice Degen, who is on the chat right now. 257 out. Chris did a trip report. And I love watching trip reports. And it was of his Atlantic City trip, just I think it was about a week or so ago. And that was with East Coast Craps and Mid-Atlantic Craps. And it looked like there's a group of about 6 or 7 people that attended it. I think Adam was there, and I can't remember who else was there. And the intro to Chris's video was kind of like a podcast type, or not a podcast, like a blogging style type thing. Which he was looking for feedback on that. 314 Big Joe. He was looking for feedback, and I actually like that blogging style report. And if there's a way that you could do that, Chris, and extend it throughout the video, that blogging style, I think that would be an amazing video to watch, and that would magnify the quality of it so much better. I like the pictures that the girl from DJ took and that you posted. I like the fact that you give little stories of some of the stuff that happened. 538. But overall, it's a good video. Really good video. So keep on. If you guys go to casinos and that, make sure you get some of those trip reports out. I always enjoy watching those, and I think that's a very well-received video by most. Guys split apart a little bit, but we have a 2-1-3 shocker. So that'd be an implosion of that right die. So Chris responded back in the chat, and he said that he had every intention of doing like an update every night, but they didn't have such a good trip financial wise. If you watch the report, and he said he was frustrated, so he didn't want to film. Sometimes that's the best film that or video that you can make, Chris. Gives the best viewpoints. 156. And that's an explosion of that left die. I know John always says that some of his best shorts are the ones that he's the most frustrated. So who knows? That one veered off to the right a little bit, and we got boxcars again. I've noticed that with this level up program that I'm doing here, where I'm going live every day, this is actually helping me a lot because it's bringing my character out to everybody. So you guys can really see what I am liking at. When I do the edited videos, I always try to give you that polished version of me. 617. So that's why I like going to the live, and that's where you have a lot of the bloopers that come out on the live stuff and that. So anyhow, we're on shooter number 4 or 5, I think, ready. We're having very short rolls again today. I was hoping that we could get rid of that bad number and get some longer rolls, but we're going to be going up to 100 rolls today, so we got time. Now it was a touch too long, but we have a 538 single pitch on access. And it looks like there might be one more shooter going for the second round of shooting today. And it looks like there might be some going this weekend. I know that people are getting a little anxious and they want to see if we get the last 7 shooters in before the end of the weekend. Ooh, terrible release, guys. We have a 3-3 hard 6. But if you watched my release on that one, they actually came out separate and they're almost stacked on top of each other. And what happened with that is my grip actually, I lost the grip on the dice a little bit. And that's stuff that you can figure out. You can actually feel that. The more practice you get in, the more you feel those abnormality, those odd situations. And that happens slightly again, but we have a 3-6-9, center field 9. So that's an explosion of that right die. Glad that the week is coming to an end. It's been a long week. Very busy. A little bit of sleep this week, not much. That one felt coming out good, and every time I say that, we got a 5-2-7. So it was a double pitch. Another short roll, that was 4. Morning, Victor. So if you're just joining in here, spent about an hour and a half this morning updating the KPI roll tracker so it works actually again. I had to go through and we have a 6-4-10. Waylon's best friend on the end, Papa Joe, his father. I went through and I actually had to manually input all the rolls from yesterday into KPI or into the bone tracker. So that's all up to date. I'm going to be sharing the results tomorrow, and the results will be the first 2,000 throws for the blue belt here. And 617. So just can't get in a good pattern today. That's the bad 7 because it's means that they both imploded. Both of the dice imploded. So let's go some new dice ones and see if that makes a difference here. And 4 heart 8. So we have a new point of 8. It can be very challenging at times, Victor. Takes a lot of time, but I enjoy it. I really do. If I didn't enjoy it, I would not be doing it. Trust me on that one. And we have a 3, 4, 7. So the dice didn't matter. Double pitch. So that was a Chiro. Sorry if you're listening, Chiro. But we did it. Good morning, Bam. Good morning, CCC. Welcome to Level Up, everyone. So we have one more session this week. And if I have time this weekend, I will also do some practice sessions as well, time permitting. And we have a hard 8, square pair. So we're coming out with an 8. We're throwing a lot of hard 8s today. It's something I normally don't do. Usually it's the hard 6 that's hitting for me. And we have a 6, 4, 10, Waylon's best friend on the end. Yep, roll tracker is working today. I uploaded the brand new roll tracker. Took me a little bit of time this morning to do that. And the last version I had was like 3.2.2. This is 3.2.5. So hopefully everything works good. I have no idea why it was not working yesterday. 2-2 hard 4. So I'm guessing that I probably screwed something up on it. Who knows? But it's working good today. So it took me a while yesterday to realize what everybody was talking about. How the numbers weren't the same as what I was throwing, and I was like, I think they are. But it was actually the dice that were not showing up right. 5, 4, 9, center field 9, single pitch. The roll tracker was made by the Craps Nation group. Troy from Point 7 Out was the one who I believe programmed it and set it up, and he's the one who maintains it at the current moment. And I believe it was a work by George from CY and Troy working together to come up with the format for Roll Tracker and what we needed to record and all that type of stuff. 4-4 hard 8. So I hope that answers your question, Victor. And if you've not checked out Troy from Point 7 Out, Troy has been a very instrumental part of the Craps Nation group for a very long time. He does not have a ton of videos up, but he is one of the nicest, one of the most calming type people out there as far as I'm concerned. And if you look on there, we have a 1, 2, 3 shocker. And if you look on his .70 channel, he has how you can actually edit, or not edit, format the roll tracker so it can go onto your screen. There's a couple different layouts that you can use. It looks like a lot of us are using the style that I have right here. Some of the old schoolers use a different layout. And you can do a bunch of different things with it from a visual perspective on the roll tracker. And we have a 257 out. But if you watch his videos, it's actually really easy to set up so you can put it on your screen. I delayed using it for a very long time. That was a come out 7. Okay. I was delaying using it for a very long time because I didn't feel comfortable with it and I thought it was gonna be really hard to set up. But once you watch this video, and I had to watch it like two or three times, and then he walks right through how to set it up step by step by step. So it's pretty cool. And we have a 639 new point is 9, center field 9. So that's an implosion of that left die. That's roll number 8, roll number 9 coming up here. And we have 1, 2, 3, shocker. Not liking the energy in the dice today. They're coming off pretty hard. Hitting off the back wall really hard today. So I guess see if we can tone that back a little bit. Again, the goal with the level of program with the belt, black belt program here is to try to get the dice so they hit in an upward motion into the back wall and they just slightly come off that back wall. And they stay really close to the back wall, just like they just did right now. Both of the dice are within a half to 3/4 of an inch away from the back wall. We have a 6-2-8. So that's an implosion of that left die again. Try pushing your front fingers to the front bottom for the pickup, less of the bottom edge. I have, that's what I have been doing, Victor, and that was per your suggestion actually a week or two ago. I was grabbing more, and I'll show you right now, more with the fingertips or finger pads. If you guys can see that, that's what I was doing. And I switched it per your suggestion, actually, like I said, about a week or two. And I know this doesn't look like much on camera, but it is a huge difference on the dice. And as soon as I get in here, I'll show you. And I actually have it more on the fingertips now. So just the fingertips are just on the edge of the dice. And that was one of the things I think that was helping me eliminate a lot of those double pitches that we actually are doing. And we have a 1-1 Magic Aces. That's our first Magic Aces for the day. And we have a 2-2 hard 4. And that one hit the back wall and they both came down and they just stopped. So that looked nice. Off to the side a little bit so that we can get your fingers on straight on the dice. And then you come back in front of you and center the dice before throwing. And I cooled myself off. We got 3, 4, 7. Double pitch. So that's a 7 out. That was a 13 roller. So maybe we do a little bit less talking for a little bit here until we get some rolls in. Dice hit and a split at the base. 5-3-8. New point is 8. It's a single pitch. Now it veered off to the right just slightly. We have a 6-5 Minmo Yo. That's our first Minmo Yo for the day. I don't know why I'm buffering it all here. Good morning, Vince. It might be your phone or your computer that you're watching on. 'Cause it looks like everything's fine here on my side. We have a 6-4-10. Waylon's best friend on the end, Papa Joe. And we have boxcars. So we hit both ends on this shooter, I think. No, that was on the last year we got 8 aces. Nice cross when they landed. We have a 6-4-10 again. It does require Microsoft Excel events, but you can also use other programs. For a while, I was using Libre, which is a free Excel type program. The only problem with it was 6612 boxcars. The only problem with using that is I had a hard time copying some cells over, but it actually worked halfway decent. So you can use other programs other than Microsoft Excel, but it was originally designed for Excel. And I think on Heavy Access Craps, their website, they talk about you can use different programs if you want. And I think they have a list of things that you can use that with that. 5-6 Minmo Yo. And we have a 1-4-5. No field 5. That was roll number 8 for the shooter. We're going on roll number 47 for the or 48 for the day. And we have a 2-6-8. So that's an explosion of that right die. And 4-3-7 out. Double pitch. It was a 4-3, not a 4-4, guys, that rolled here. So, and that was a come out 7, by the way. I don't know why I always miss that come out 7 stuff. And we have magic aces. Take the do, pay the don't. That one was a little bit long, but we have a 1-5 mixer. Chris from Sideshow Gamble. 1-5 mixer. That is a nice facet of Roll Tracker, our Bone Tracker events, where they do give you suggested dice sets based off of what your rolls are. And there's also a section on there that you can actually input your dice set that you're thinking about using. 426, and it'll compute out what you would have hit with your based off your roll history, also with that other dice set that you've put in. So that is kind of nice with that with a Bone Tracker. And I'm starting to get a little bit more versatile in using the Bone Tracker program and analyzing a little bit more. You know, if anybody ever has questions about it, feel free to give me a holler. 65 Minmo Yo. Feel free to give me a holler. You can email me. My email is craftsmasterjourney@yahoo.com. Or you can leave some messages in the chats here, and I can try to answer there as well, possibly. I know that Alfredo has helped me a little bit with the Bone Tracker to get on par with things, plus my own just kind of messing around with it a little bit. And we have a 3-2-5, no field 5, single pitch. And again, for those of you guys just coming on here, I'm going to be going through tomorrow and going through and presenting my first 2,000 throw statistics. So by the end of today, we'll have 2,000 throws in for the blue belt level. We have 3 more 1,000 to go. My goal is to get up to 5,000 for the blue belt. And magic aces once again. So the numbers, I looked at them this morning after I entered in, they're looking favorable. So it was room for improvement, obviously, which is to be expected because we're only halfway along this journey here. And I have a hard time saying halfway because this should be a lifelong journey. But as far as the belt system goes, we're about halfway through. And we have a 6-1-7, and that is a 7 out. So that was 17 rolls. So that was a little bit more favorable of a length. And we have a come out 6, 2x4. 6 came easy. This coming Sunday, I believe, is going to be the next Craps chat with Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps and Dylan from 5-6 mid-bow yo, dialing from skill and luck. So that will hopefully be an interesting and good show like it usually is. And remember, guys, whenever there's a craps chat, there's always an after show. In the after show, you can actually talk to 257-70. You can actually talk to everybody, and it's behind the scenes, so it's actually very entertaining at times. It's very informational at other times. Something very neat. If you have the want or the will or the access to do so, please do it. Jeff always provides the link so anybody can jump on the after show. And if you want to jump on his show as well, anybody's welcome. Almost everybody is welcome. But he will try to screen who you are first to make sure that whoever is going on does not do anything inappropriate. 4-5, center field 9. So our new point is 9. So that's the only thing that I think he screens for, is just make sure that people are appropriate. But all viewpoints are welcome on his show. And we have a 4-6-10, Waylon's best friend on the end, Papa Joe. And 3-4-7 out. Another double pitch. Those are coming out kind of a little too frequent for me today. Just slightly under average. Average 7. It comes every 6 to 7 rolls. We're at about 6.2. So not liking that number, but there were a few of those were come out 7s, which makes it a little bit more tolerable. And we have 3-1-4, Big Joe, new point is 4. And remember, guys, that the results here, I'm trying to get better at shooting the dice, but we are using the hardway set throughout. I'm not changing the dice set for the blue belt level. So sometimes the 7 is inevitable when it comes to that. We will hopefully be making some changes in the purple belt that'll hopefully help keep that 7 off a little bit longer and a little bit more consistently. Right now we're just doing the tracking 5-2-7 as we talk about it. Right now we're just tracking the rolls. We're trying to work on the mechanics of the throw, try to get the patterns down, try to make things more muscle memory. And we have a 5-4-9, center field 9. And yesterday I mentioned that yesterday was the last day for voting for the Hard Hat Award. At the time that I'd seen it, Alfredo was ahead, and George from CY actually won the award. So props goes out to George, much deserved. He does a lot of work behind the scenes, plus he goes live at least once or twice a day. We have a 1-5 mixer. Plus, he's been very instrumental in this shooting competition, and he's been putting in a ton of work for that as well. So congratulations to George. And what's going to happen now is Big AZ will send him the hard hat, and then George will sign it, and he'll have it for a month. And Magic Aces, and he'll have it for a month. And then we'll vote for a new winner next month, and then he will take the opportunity to send that off to the next person. So if you guys have any ideas of who you would like to see nominated for that Hard Hat Award, make sure you go on John's channel and let him know. I know that Ed Robinson 347 out. I know that Ed Robinson from Roll to Win was on nomination this last month. Duracell was on the nomination this last month, and Alfredo was on the nomination this last month. And all four of them in that group were extremely deserving to be nominated. And I've been having the dice are kissing quite a bit when they're landing. They're almost landing too tight on the end here. 628. And they're like landing really tight together and they're kissing and bouncing out from there. So the new point is 8. And we have a 358. So that was point made. So point made. So that was a fast one. And we have a 6-1 or 5-1 mixer. 5-1 mixer. So the new point is 6. I'm gonna have to go through and look at the chats later on. I see that Vince and Victor are talking, I think, about Crapsy and about Roll Tracker, or the KPI, I'm sorry, the Bone Tracker. A lot of that stuff does kind of interest me. So we have a 268. So 8's a dominant number on this shooter. And Victor, I know that you're into AI and stuff like that. And there was a movie that I watched the other day. It was called Megan. If you're into AI, guys, check out the movie Megan. 628. So what has that been? That has been 4 of the last 5 rolls has been an 8. So the movie Megan, and it's about a doll that they make that's basically AI, and I can't really say much more than that. It's I know I saw it on the Peacock, streaming on Peacock. Um, I'm sure it's other places as well, but we have Magic Aces again. And I was going to mention that the other day when I saw you on John's chat, just to see if I can get you and John going a little bit. So, yeah, the show is called Megan. It might be even in theaters yet. I'm not sure. Very, very, very interesting show. And it shows both the good and the bad with AI. And we have a 369 center field 9. So that's an explosion of the right die. And we have 213 shocker. Actually, I don't know if it's actress with makeup or not. It's obviously the AI portion of it is not realistic. At least I don't think it is. Um, but it might be computer animated, the doll itself. But if you're into AI, I don't know. I think it's worthy to watch. 134 Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. So I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think it's a real person inside of it. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Now you got my curiosity piqued. And two hard four. Both of the dice are up tight against that wall. So that was a nice landing. They kind of bounced around a little bit, but they ended up tight. And that very well might be Victor, where they put a bodysuit on the person with the green dots, kind of like a green screen type thing, or a blue screen, I think they use for that. And it might be CI for CG or whatever they call it from there. That very well may be, if I can even say it. 426. And that's our point. So we hit our point. So we're coming out looking for a new point. Dice kissed at the end, but we have a 3-3 hard six. We're back on that six once again. Six has turned out to be a dominant number for me. When I first started this blue belt level, we weren't hitting many sixes at all. But all of a sudden they started kicking in. Today we're also hitting the eights pretty nicely, something I normally don't do either. And we have a 6-5 Mo-Yo. So that's an implosion of that left die. So we need a 10 to 12, and we need a 5. Let's hit a 5 here, guys. 5 is normally a dominant number for me. And we need that 5 so we can hit the small. Yesterday we hit the small twice, I believe. So that was kind of nice to see. And we have a 4-6-10. Waylon's best friend on the end, Papa Joe. We're doing good on time here yet. And we have a 3-5-8. So that was roll number 15 for this shooter. This is helping bring those numbers up a little bit. That was a little bit high, but we have a 2-2-4. Mike from On Point Craps. And a 1-4-5. I think that's the number that we needed. Horse and buggy. And There we go with the small hits. Now all we got to do is get it midnight and we'll get them all. And that was the number I was throwing pretty heavily earlier on today. So let's see if we can hit that right away. And we got 167. At least we hit one of them today. So that reset the ATS and that shooter. And we have 14 or so rolls left today. Again, make sure you tune in tomorrow. We're going to go through the first 2,000 throws, the results for the first 2,000 throws. And I know the results will be accurate. 6-5 mid-mo yo. Come out winner. I know that the rolls are accurate because I redid the whole bone tracker thing, and everything does add up correctly now. So the numbers will be right. And we have a 527. So come out 7, I believe. Yep. So it's a pass line winner. Still a double pitch though. Hello there, Tanner. And we have a 325. So our point will be 5. And magic aces. Nice kind of twist a little bit, but we're back on the magic aces. And when I let go, it looked like the left die was higher than the right die in that one. So that would be, I'm guessing on how I released it. Good morning, Nemo. And we have a 639, center field 9. That was a repeater one just a little bit ago. And square pair, hard 8. 8 came hard. And that's a leaner. It's a 2-5. Oop, that was a 5. It would have came down. It's a 2-5-7 out. So I'm going to end it at 94 rolls here, guys, because I will have the 2,000 rolls in, so we can go through the results for that tomorrow. But today we ended up with an SOR of 6.7, which is pretty average. We have an SRR of 5.2. And we look at our numbers here. We had a couple decent rolls. Most of them were small to medium, but we had a 17, an 18, a 13, and another 18. So that one was nice. We actually had two 17s, two 18s, a 13. So a couple decent ones in there, but a lot of short rolls in there. Our inside numbers are low. Our box numbers are low. 4s and 10s are low. Come out 7s are low. The horns are way high today. Field height numbers are high. Hardways were higher than normal. And it was trending towards the dark side today. So, but anyhow, hey guys, thanks for joining in. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We'll go through the end of our 2,000 roll statistics and we'll review all that stuff. Plus, we'll do another 100 rolls. Hey, my name is Jonas. This is my Craftsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Have a great day.